solution which so many members of the international community support. So long as you have the threat of evictions of Palestinian families, and so long as you have in response from Hamas indiscriminate rocket fire, and then so long as you have Israel responding to that with a response that, goes beyond self-defence when you start seeing the death of women and children, then we move further and further away from that two-state solution. And the other thing I just wanted, to say, of course, we're all calling for a ceasefire right now. But if the reports are correct that a ceasefire has been offered by Hamas and has not been taken by Israel, that is wrong. In both sides, of course, we are seeing, obviously, a response on both sides. But we have to acknowledge that Israel is well-resourced. And so it does, that responsibility and that call, it does often weigh heavily on them because of that. But if a ceasefire has been offered, it must be taken. That we are just walking further and further away from those solutions. So
will you then condemn Israel's attacks on Gaza?
Look, we condemn both the indiscriminate rocket fire we have seen from Hamas and what looks to be a response that has gone well beyond self-defence. On both sides, a ceasefire must be called and must be in place. But we are, of course, seeing women and children caught in the crossfire here. That is wrong. So, our position on this is very clear. We want peace in the Middle East, but we just feel like we're moving further and further away from it.
Should there be more international pressure?
Well, you see it coming on quite swiftly. You've got the UN talking today about how we can see a ceasefire brought into place.
And the thing is, though, is that whatever comes out of that, does it make a difference? Whatever happens with that UN Security Council meeting, which is currently underway, whatever comes out of that, whether they condemn it, it looks good. But actually, what material difference does that do?
Well, no, I think there is, an eye to the response from the international community. I think there is, I think that does bear weight. And so that's why we have to be of one voice on this. We need a ceasefire. We need peace so we can move towards a resolution. But, every time issues like this emerge, every time we see this conflict again just